Oh,
Alright, squad. Regulators!
what
Battle
link
now.
do I advertise? Babetalk.tv. That's it.
Yep, that's
Buy
us.
Babetalk.tv. Yes, sir. I almost said buy. Buy talk. Hey, guys, Forrest Gump.
You know,
Welcome to Babe Talk.
I already posted on Twitter and
I know I'm doing it on my personal
okay.
Beautiful and sweet.
for
We
all
are
my
officially live as
personal.
well. Hey, hey,
Yeah.
everybody.
Woo!
Hey.
Hey,
Hello.
Man, you all are so excited today. Can I get that one more time? Hey, guys, it's Babe Talk.
Yo,
Hey.
Babe Talk, what's
Hey,
good?
there we go.
Matt's like, but that's none of my business.
Just casual. Oh, dear Lord. Tonight we have a few members from the band Everything Ever. Let's say hello to John Trotta.
hey, what's going on?
All right, and we also have Andrew. I'm looking at the last Paladino, or otherwise known as Dino.
Yeah, you can call me Dino. It's shorter and easier. Thank you.
Shorter.
Hi,
and
that's me.
We got Ashley Nick.
Hi.
We got Glenn Jose Ramirez. And we got Matt Wynn.
What up, what up?
All right, so we got like Matt tickets in the squad tonight, so this is gonna be very interesting. Hopefully, we'll be able to get everyone's opinion and everyone's point across very nicely. And start of the game. Let's go, yay! So we start every show by asking our panelists and our guests how their day was. And tonight we're gonna start with our guests. We're gonna start with Trotta tonight. Trotta, how was your day today?
My day was very standard and boring. I worked 8 to 4. I came home and I actually started painting my room.
Oh,
Only
painting your
interesting
room.
thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, did you watch it dry as well?
No, I'm not that boring, but the whole process is pretty grown up. It's kind of weird. It used to be Kelly Green, and it was like really, really intense, so I was getting a little bored of that.
Oh, now, was it like the room color that you had before, or like did you like paint it one color and then like decided, nah, now I'm gonna change it again like a few years later?
No, it's been like that for a long time, so it's in need of a change.
It's in need of a change. Well, that's good. Do you
Yeah.
have like anything on your walls that you're gonna put up?
Nah, maybe I'll like get my record framed because I'm sentimental, but that's probably it.
That's
Now,
valid.
now it's your own record. Oh, speaking of your own record, I saw that you guys had just got your vinyl in. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's surreal actually seeing it in person.
Ooh, now I want to dive into that, but it's way too early to start asking questions about records. We're gonna keep it a little casual for right now. Dino, how about your day, sir? How was your day?
The day was super casual. Nah,
It's
I
like a
work.
whole new level of casual. There's like business casual, there's dressy casual, there's smart casual, and there's stupid
Now
casual.
there's like super casual.
I actually, yeah, I work as a dog walker in on the Upper East Side of New York City as my day job, and today was actually awesome because I didn't have to be in until noon, and my dad was traveling into the city to jam with his buddy from like his childhood that he used to jam with, and we were able to take the ride in together, and it honestly was pretty chill. Like I had a great ride with my dad, and he's like my biggest musical inspiration and everything. So we just like whenever I get to take rides with him, I just try to rack my brain for every piece of music that I've come across that I've thought like, oh, I wonder what my dad would think of this or whatever. So we listened to a lot of old Alanis Morissette,
Nice.
old B-52s, like their first album.
Huh.
This band, the Merrymakers, that I just discovered, and The Darkness. And that's the kind of shit me and my dad rock out to.
Now that's so weird hearing like all those artists in 2015.
That's all I've been listening to. It's weird. And the band Jellyfish, but they've been a constant for me for a while now.
That is
But
sick
yeah,
as shit. Now do you like also jam?
when I heard you guys like bullshitting before we went live, you guys have all this like knowledge of pop punk and all this like current music and everything, and it all goes right over my head. Like I'm stuck in the '90s, like in the backseat of my mom's car listening to B-52s and Alanis Morissette cassettes.
It's okay. I'm still stuck in my scene phase, so we're both in like sort of the same boat, just like a decade or two apart.
I hope it's right around the corner. I've been gearing up for it.
I can help you. Let's guide you through this. I got you. Look at my wall of scene. Like, look at this.
Wall of scene.
Impressive. I'll take notes.
They're gonna have to just make like an actual like Indiana Jones is gonna come in and just be like dusting off like old like falling in reverse, not falling in reverse, fucking
Escape to Fate.
Escape to Fate albums, just like, oh, this is real neon. So actually, how was your day?
My day was pretty good.
Horizon.
It was pretty good. I hung around, just kind of cleaned up my room, and now I'm daydreaming about being a dog walker because I love dogs. I have 3 dogs. I love
the greatest job ever. The only thing that sucks right now is the absolutely horrible cold.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I started the job in the winter because come springtime I'm going to be walking puppies in Central Park. Springtime and getting paid cash.
Oh, this guy doesn't brag.
When we're not on tour.
Just getting cash money for walking dogs, nigga.
I would love to do that. One of my dogs, like we have 2 dogs. They're puppies. They're like a year and a half oldish, and then we have she's almost 15. Our 3rd dog is really old, and she has to wear like a little jacket, and she's just like this old lady, and like the puppies are like, ah, and she's like, what the fuck is going on? So I hung out. I had dinner with my parents. We went out because my dad's going on a trip for the weekend, so we were like, oh, let's all go have dinner, and now I'm doing Babetalk. Oh, and I had a really aggressive ukulele Paramore session earlier today. That was really nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who was that with? Really
myself. Yeah.
Oh, you just
yeah.
aggressively
Like
went
I
at
don't
it.
like read music. I'm not like an instrumental person. But for high school graduation, my parents got me a ukulele to like bring to college with me, and which I think is really cute because like I graduated high school in 2011, so like that was like the peak of like Wonder Year's upsides, and like all I wanted to do was learn how to play Hey Thanks. Like I just like never shut up about it. So they're like, okay, we'll get you a ukulele, and they did, and I'm just like sitting like playing Paramore, like yeah, it's so cute. I feel like Insignificant Other except less punk. So.
Adorable, fantastic. Glenn Jose Ramirez.
Yo.
How was your day?
My day was just standard. I mean, I woke up pretty late, went to class, then had like a night lab, and had Babetalk. So like, I finished my stuff early, then biked to like the Spanish restaurant really quick, got some like rice and chicken for $5, and then just like biked home, set up this microphone and stuff. Babetalk.
Now we can't see the microphone, so I can't officially call you DJ.
Always.
Glenn, that was like the epitome of like, don't believe me, just watch.
Yo, I swear to God, my band is gonna cover that song. I swear to God. I already started writing it. I swear, we're gonna cover that song.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Don't change a thing.
We changed everything, but it's fun.
Now, see, when he says, like, pour some liquor in my cup, you gotta have someone, like, just throw you a 40. just like, in the middle of the set, like, you just gotta, like take
Smash it at the band.
It gotta be, like, real smooth with, like... Matt, how was your day?
My day was super hectic, okay? So, just a precursor, I skipped the last 2 days of school to go snowboarding. So... I had to catch up today and everything, and today just seemed like the world was against me. I got hit by a car today.
Wow.
Like on the way to school, it grazed me, but I got hit by a car.
I laughed, but like the way like you just like introduce it, be like, yeah, you know, I went snowboarding, had like get some homework done, get hit by a car, like you kind of.
It was casual. It was casual.
We're just having a real casual episode.
Casually getting hit by a car. Just exactly. Just really punk of me, you guys.
And then I got home, did some homework, got ready for Babetalk, and then I look.
You're not gonna elaborate, like you just like. You were just gonna move past it, like you didn't say anything.
Max Iron Man.
Yeah, great. He's alright.
I mean, like, are you okay?
That's badass.
Yeah, I'm fine. Like it just barely hit me. I just pushed myself off. And then the driver was like, she like rolled down the window.
What's this?
She like rolled down the window and she was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, "I can't talk. I gotta get to class."
Wait till you get to college.
You just push yourself off the car and be like, nah, nigga, I got class. You push the car out of the way.
Getting an A in that class.
I hope you got an A+ in that class for real.
Seriously. And then after school, I got home, did some homework, got ready for Babetalk. I look outside the window, and then my neighbor's house is like just like smoke everywhere.
Yo.
Like it was on fire basically, and I was like, what the hell? And then so I walked across the street and I was like, hey, like, is everything okay? And he's like, I messed up reheating my Taco Bell. And you could tell this guy was just super high. He was like just eyes like devil red eyes basically.
It was too hot. Hot damn.
Oh.
Seriously. So that was my day.
Oh my god.
How many Uptown Funk references can we fit in this episode, guys?
I don't know.
Let's do it. Let's make it a challenge.
Oh, I wish I knew
Oh
more of
my
the lyrics. The lyrics are so unimportant in most of that song.
Oh, it really is. I see. I was introduced by Uptown Funk by the video, and the moment that I saw, I was like, I've been missing
Everything.
in my life. This
It's
song,
awesome.
this video has made me complete.
Another thing my dad and I talked about today, his wedding band plays that song.
That's amazing.
Nice. Just like brings everyone off the floor.
Oh, sure, of course.
It's like I don't want to dance. Oh, Uptown Funk's playing, and let's go.
Yeah,
It's
you
like, no,
can't.
like,
Same. I would get up for Uptown Funk.
I think I would too.
oh, absolutely. I would love to make a cover video to that. Like not like a cover song, just like have a bunch of my friends just like perform it.
Hey guys,
Just like get a whole bunch of like.
You should get Bad Year to be that band to perform.
Yes.
Yes, we're gonna do a cover. Bad Year's gonna do
wait
a
guys,
cover
right
song.
here, ready? Doom, 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 doom.
Oh my god.
Are we doing this now? Are we doing it? Is it that ice? No. So anyway, to get down to business, Matt is gonna serve the place of Alex North tonight and give us the Warped Tour announcements for
Certainly. Okay. So
I'm gonna go to our temporary
This-
correspondent.
6 bands were announced today. There was Major League, which I know a lot of people love in the pop punk community. Motion City Soundtrack, which is one of my favorite bands in the whole world. There was Drock, Set It Off, and the Kenneths.
The Kenneths.
Yeah.
From 30 Rock?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, just like 6 members just awkwardly just trying to like, serve the rest of Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there was also HO9909.
Now, who are they? Because
They're an alternative rap group.
has anyone seen their like art that they dropped for their tour announcement?
Never even heard of
never.
it.
No.
It's a pic. Think like Death Grips if they started doing rap, and like it's a kid in a ski mask holding a knife to a kid with a Blink-182 shirt, and says like, "We're gonna kill them all." I'm like, oh my god, this is
Same.
sick.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm like, they just let him on Warped Tour.
So
I mean, like,
Defend
what
Pop
do-
Punk is real? Or is he actually...
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
That's a Fed pop punk.
Up front.
Like,
This
we
shit's-
actually have to call to arms now and defend ourselves.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be like
It'll be a literal defense now, yeah.
It's gonna
Now
be
there's
different.
purpose.
It's
I can't help but think we invited this on ourselves. The whole Defend Pop Punk thing.
Probably.
Someone's got
Oh,
to
we
attack.
absolutely do.
Oh my god.
We
So
invited it.
my friend's watching Babetalk right now, and he's messaged me. He says it's pronounced horror.
Horror?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. See, now you can never like do the correspondence again since you fucked up the name. Sorry.
Dang.
No, so that's, well, I was thinking, like, there are some bands who have, like, weird, like Sun-O with, like, the 3 parentheses after it. Like, you just could say it, like, is it just Sun? Is it Sun-O? Like, you never know.
yeah.
And, like, I remember Select Start put out an album, like, in, like, 2009. And it was, like, like, to do a heart in internet speak, it's, like,
Mm-hmm.
less than 3. And they called it, like, less than 3. But
Yeah,
it
I
was
had
kind
some,
of like
I
that.
used to have friends that say like, "Oh, I less than 3 you," and now they're no longer my friends. So I can definitely understand that people used to be confused with that.
We all said that at some point in our
No,
singing phase.
see, no,
No.
I did not.
Well, like with popular bands, like the Story So Far, I met them or I heard of them through Twitter, and their Twitter handle is the Story So Far CA for
CA.
California, and so I was like, this band is called the Stories of Arca. What's Arca?
Yeah, well, for us, everybody always gets confused. I tweeted about this recently because our full name is Everything Ever Nessence, and like, they look us up by that, and I just say, we shorten it. We just keep it Everything Ever, or you could call us like Evanescence for short too.
You guys need to do
like
some
online,
heavy dark covers.
Seriously.
Serious, like smudged
think
eyeliner, like.
I think like we've been getting a lot of complaints that we're too dark and too heavy, and
Like he's gonna need a change your name.
We're a little too heavy on the whole like Christian element too, so we're gonna draw that back.
It's like, oh, because when you think Flyleaf, you also think Everything Ever, so like,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I'm actually interested to see how Major League is going to play into Warped Tour this year, how it's going to be receptive, because I'm pretty sure this is the first year that they have the new lineup. Am I correct or am I wrong?
I haven't seen them yet with the new lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty interesting. When they first came into play with the new lineup and everything, everyone was like, no, they're not the same. They're not punk. They're not emotional. And so now they're gonna start to prove to kids how like. Actually,
because every time you do that voice, it's like the angry defend pop punk group kid. It's always like, yeah, and it's just I can't do it. It's so.
It's like the kid just sits in court, just like, oh, this shit's not punk anymore. Like they're all just like pissed off. So like I think this is gonna be really pivotal because like anytime a band goes on to Warped Tour, they're now able to showcase who they are, and now like you're gonna have to listen to them at some point. Like if you're crossing the stage and you happen to look up, it's like, oh shit, it's Major League. So do you think that this is gonna be like a changing point for the band to draw in some skeptics, or is it just gonna be like still fuck Major League?
I think it's gonna be mostly new stuff, and it's gonna be kind of like they wouldn't. I know like a lot of people know them as like one of those like straight up like posy pop punk bands, but if you listen to the latest album, There's Nothing Wrong With Me, which is amazing, and like 10 out of 10, do recommend to everybody put in their eardrums right now. It's so good. I feel like they're going to play more stuff with that, but also I'd be curious to see what their set list is for the tour right now with Silverstein and Beartooth, because I wanted to go to that and I couldn't, and I was really mad, but I'm sure it'll all depend on like how much new stuff they're playing there, and like then from there they'll modify the set list as they see fit. But I think it's going to be kind of like here's the new Major League, and we're going to tour the whole fucking country to show you guys the new Major League.
Now, those that listen to Major League, I listened to one of the songs that, used to be the old, I want to say the old vocalist was Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I heard the new vocalist try some of the old songs, and it didn't really seem to land as well, because Nick definitely had that, like, that voice that fit the band, the style of music that he was playing, and then like when the band went to go do a live audio recording, it seemed kind of shaky. Do you think that they should keep those songs that Nick used to do in the lineup, especially since like the sound's pretty different? I mean, like Matt, what do you think? Should they keep the old songs in, or should they just stick to the new stuff?
I think it's hard because if you're a new vocalist, if you're a vocalist going into a band that already has music out, it takes time to adjust to that, and so I think. What's happened with previous bands, like if you listen to Zebrahead, they had a new singer, and so he did a pretty good job adapting to it. But I don't think it'll never go back to being the same, but it can get as good as they want it to get. And then at that point, I think they have to just make new music and build off of that, so that everything that was created before the new vocalist came in is sort of it's a smaller part of their discography. Like they need to get to.
They'll phase it out.
Yeah, they'll phase it out, and then so it'll be less a part of who the band is in the future.
If I may interject.
Go right ahead.
I think the person who's singing now has actually always been in the band, and even when their old vocalist was in the band, the current singer was always the songwriter from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brian wrote the songs.
Yeah, like their guitar player
Yeah,
used to just play guitar and sing a little bit. But he always wrote the songs that Nick was singing, and now he's just writing and singing at the same time. So they're still his songs, it's just a different person singing it.
Now, it is his songs, but it definitely was tailored for his voice.
Yeah,
At least
I
in
mean,
like
like,
like the,
yeah, you're right.
I think that it makes a difference that that Nick like is so cool with them still and like gave them his blessing basically. You know, like it's not like there's any bad blood at all. He's super supportive of whatever they want to do as far as I see on social media and stuff. So that should make the transition easier for them.
oh, absolutely, 100%. And it's cool to see band members so like you're just sticking between each other. Be like, yeah, you're still my bud.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
it's very rare that a new vocalist can come in and do it better than the old vocalist. You know what I mean?
Well, very true. And that would be that. I mean, like I can see this with Ashnick. Go.
No, I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I think that it, like, honestly, like, I know I bring up this band, like, at least once every other Babe Talk that I'm on, but, like, when Attack switched vocalists, like, they changed the, come on, you knew it was coming. You all knew it was coming. They changed the style a little bit. Like, it wasn't as like MySpace neon crabcore type stuff. But Caleb still does or did. He played. I saw like their very last show in New York City, and he played like a handful of songs off "Someday Came Suddenly," which is like the album with Austin Carlisle on it, obviously, and it was like different, but they played it because like they know that's what fans like, and it's like a fun song to play. But they definitely like changed their style to adapt to the new singer. So I think Major League's going to play some old stuff because that's what people know and that's kind of what they're used to. But it's going to be more of the new stuff. So they're like, this is who we were, but this is the direction we're going in, and it sounds a lot better when we sing this stuff with our new vocalist. I don't know. It's just my prediction.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, speaking of stuff that we listen to, here's my segue. I don't think I've actually like addressed the panel before as to what we've been listening to. I think we ought to do this about like a month just to kind of pick the brains as to new releases that have been released in the past month. And kind of just get a general idea of what we've been listening to.
What looks at my Spotify?
I know that. Yeah, I'm literally pulling up Spotify right now. So if I'm sounding choppy, it's because my computer's having a slight heart attack while loading shit. Totally professional, guys. Professionally unprofessional. Welcome to Babetalk. So,
You know.
myself, I've been playing Adventure's recent release, Supersonic Homes, and I am in love. Like, I don't know if anyone has gotten a chance to listen to it, but like, I've been a fan of Adventures for a while since I saw. It was weird. I saw Allie Newbill post one of her first Space Jam sessions with Lilith, and I know that some of the members from Lilith, if not all, are also part of Adventures, and I got attached to Adventures for a little bit about them, and then I learned that Adventures just came out with their new LP, and I think that it's God's gift to us. Like, I've been listening to
That's
it.
a bold
It's kind of
statement.
like, to give an analogy, I'm driving to work. I just downloaded the album onto my Spotify, and I'm like, oh, let me drive and listen. And you know how when Drake dropped his album, if you're reading this, It's Too Late, and everyone was all about Know Yourself? Like that one drop, like, sit in the six with my woes, and you can just hear, like, you're like, oh my god, oh, shit, started. And literally shivers, and I'm just sitting there just like hyped as fuck, like, yo, listen to like Adventures. So that was how I reacted to the album at first. And the Hotel Year also had finally put out There Was a Light. They re-released it due to licensing issues between the two record companies, I believe is what I read. And it's a prerequisite to Home, There's No Place Like It, and I find it to be an amazing album, and I'm so glad I finally put it back on Spotify. I bought it a while ago, but I didn't have a chance to put it on my phone. But that is what I'm listening to. A Light and It Never Goes Out, Hotel Year. If everyone had, I saw Home, No Place Like It on everyone's album of the year list. And if you guys love that, you're sure to love fucking A Light It Never Goes Out. So I'm now going to open it to you guys. What have you guys been jamming to? Cool. Glenn, do you have like anything that you
I think I said what I showed my dad today. Oh, also Ariana Grande too. Her first album is so good.
Wait, what?
Ariana Grande.
You
Her
and
first
Alex
album.
North would be very, very good friends.
He's our resident pop music nerd.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, and Nate Russo.
Say
Nate
nerd. I
Russo
don't want
just
that to have
put
a
out
negative connotation.
I've been meaning to listen to that new Nate Russo song. I got an email about it, and I just haven't gotten around to
there's a
listening to it.
video.
I'm really excited to listen to it.
I didn't even know he was doing a solo thing. Nate Russo is like
Yeah,
my
me
favorite.
neither.
Now, could you expand on
He's the
that?
guy from Fun.
For those who don't know Nate Roos.
He's from Fun and The Format.
Oh. I like his voice.
Yeah, he's a brilliant writer, and he also wrote half the songs on the radio right now, the good ones.
The good ones on the radio. It's very weird to see artists that have been able to have success with their own stuff, and then also be able to write for other people and have like way more success. And not way more, but like the same amount of success. Trotta, what have you been listening to?
Actually, speaking of pop and writing for other musicians, I've been listening to a lot of Charlie XCX. Charlie XCX fucking rules, and she, her new album Sucker is probably one of the best pop albums I've heard in a long time, and she writes really good songs for other people. Like, she wrote the chorus for Iggy Azalea's Fancy, and I'm not really a fan of Iggy Azalea, and I'm fully convinced that Fancy could owe all of it getting big to the chorus.
Completely. I heard that on a podcast recently.
It's the strongest chorus of
podcast
last year,
about
probably.
that.
It's amazing. And the whole reason that song blew up is because it doesn't leave your head, and it's massive. And that's all Charlie XCX she wrote. And she sang it too. And besides that, I've been listening to a lot of the new Father John Misty album, which may wind up being my album of the year. I know it's really early to say that, but it's absolutely incredibly
Nor does
breathtaking.
it matter.
All right, well, besides the point. It's really good, and I think you guys should all check it out. It's he used to be in the band Fleet Foxes, and now he's doing his own solo thing. It's like folky and really, really good.
Ashnick, what you looking at?
I've been like the last 24 hours, I think 90% of my music listening has been a Midwestern State of Emergency, the new Silverstein song. I mean, it's not like new, but it's new relatively speaking, and fuck, that song is so good. And just I'm just going through songs I've recently added to my Spotify library. I don't know why I hadn't had this added, but Void by Vanna. This is, and none of it's new. It's just kind of what I've been listening to.
Okay.
And then a bunch of POZ bands, Bears and Company, really weird kind of balance and composure type alternative emo stuff. It's really spacey. And then Bonfires has an EP out called, fuck, I forget what it's called now that, of course, I quit Spotify. It's I forget what it's called, but Bonfires is a really amazing band, and they just announced a tour with Light Years, and I can't wait to go see them because, holy fuck, that EP, it's 3 tracks that I'm wow, this is really good. And now Spotify's going to start playing on my computer. Don't do that. I'm having a lot of tech trouble, guys. I somehow can't coordinate myself. But anyway, basically that Silverstein song has been just on repeat a lot.
That's good shit. Is there any releases that you guys are looking forward to listening to?
To Have Mercy and Somo Split.
That actually, I'm pretty sure that just dropped.
I know, but I haven't had a chance to listen to it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I really need to listen to it. I don't know why. I swear I got in advance of that, which just makes me sound selfish. I'm gonna stop now.
Glenn, you got anything that's coming up on the docket?
What?
Do you got anything that's coming up that you're looking forward to listening to?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. 4 Years Strong. We're the Union, my favorite band. Knockout Kid, In Her Own Words, Boys No Good. That's the top right now for me.
Wait, going back to pop music, Lorde apparently is going to enter the studio in the next month or so, and I'm so fucking excited. That's all.
That is beautiful. I kind of forgot that like she put out for a little bit.
I feel like her next release is going to be really good.
I can't wait. I just want to hug her and be like,
Like
you're
super
perfect.
ambitious. If it's not super ambitious, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I don't want another Pure Heroine copy. I want it to be like something really out there.
Gina, what makes you say that it will end up being like something bigger than what she already put out?
Because I don't, even though they were ambitious with her first release, I don't think anybody could have predicted just how huge, like how much of a cult that was gonna surround her, and maybe that I think that the producers that work with her, and maybe she herself will have more confidence to just like take even crazier risks and just indulge all the things that make her unique as an artist and like take them to the next level, rather than when you're first coming out, especially on a pop chart, there's certain lines you have to toe in order to get people to accept you. And then look at like what Kanye does. Like he gets people that would never be listening to like that type of music. Like he mixes in all styles and gets away with it. He's allowed to because he got in there with the mainstream style first, So that's what I see for Lord.
Do you guys ever think that Kanye's gonna end up going back to his traditional rap days?
Never. Never.
Definitely not.
I'm a little
like he might flirt with it like within albums and stuff like that, but I think he's just gonna get like bigger and more bombastic.
Yeah. Like his whole like progression just really ambitious. How much every album changed just blows me away every single time.
Do I keep using that word?
No, you haven't. I think it's just a really great word. I was gonna say it's a fantastic word, but that sounded really redundant. But good vocabulary choice is what I'm trying to say here.
Fantastic or bombastic or.
He said bombastic. It makes me think of Mr.
Okay,
Bombastic.
I thought so. I absolutely thought so. All right, just making sure. Like I'm pretty sure I heard that in a Shaggy song like about a good 8 years ago. So I'm glad that it's still around in people's vernacular. All right, so we'll move on to our next subject, which I thought of earlier today when I was watching the music video for Falling in Reverse song. I forget the name of it. But I kind of liked it. Did anyone else have a chance to listen to the new song?
I couldn't watch the whole thing.
I couldn't either, but I kind of like, oddly enough, kind of enjoyed it, and it reminded me a little. It wasn't like I heard like Bad Girls Club from Falling in Reverse and almost contemplated like just punching people in the face, like just like maybe jail time will like have me sort over why I needed to listen to that song in the first place. But going to this new song, it sounded pretty alright. It sounded pretty decent. It wasn't like the world's best piece of music to come out, but there's still like a little piece of my heart that wants to be like, Ronnie Verkay can still do some good music, but I absolutely hate him as a person. So like, is there any bands that you guys like the band but like absolutely hate the person? Like not like based on morals or anything like that, but just like it's like, oh, I like that one artist, but he's racist, like stuff like that.
Eminem. I absolutely am obsessed with his music, but he's obviously got like a lot of his lyrical content is super misogynistic and stuff.
just a tiny bit, but it's in that same token. It's just like, oh man, like I can recite a lot of the early stuff, but not around certain friends.
I had a friend who was not a friend. He's another publicist, and we were just chatting on Facebook, and he's like, oh, I don't remember what he said exactly, but he's like, yeah, I'm just starting to get into the story so far, and I'm like, where have you been? Like, where have you been the last 4 years? Like, I'm sorry, do you manage artists, but you don't, like, what is going on?
Oh, so wait, he manages the artist, but just, like, totally slept
on
it.
He manages, like, I'm talking with him because he has an artist that's going to be on Showcase, so we were just, like, chatting, like, through Facebook. It was, he, like, hit me up, and he was like, oh, like, he talked to me about Neck Deep, and I find Neck Deep to be so generic and boring and uninteresting. Like, they're not a bad band, but they're just like, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm like, I'm just now getting the story so far, and he like made his Facebook status a fucking apology. I'm not sorry for anything.
Oh my
and I'm
god,
like,
we've all done it. We've all been
Throwback Thursday.
Don't even lie. We have all posted that status at one point in our
At one
life.
point in time.
All of us.
It's just like back in like 2000 and what 2005, we all put like to cut my wrists and black my eyes. I'm pretty sure like that's the new like fucking apology. I'm not sorry for anything of like 2013.
I don't feel like I have any like problematic faves. I guess it's a Tumblr term for it. I know people who are like one of my friends. She loved Front Porch Steps music. Like she genuinely loved the music, and like. As soon as all of the controversy came out, she was like, well, fuck, now I feel guilty for listening to his music. And I was over at, I was at her house the other day, and, I was at my friend's house in New Haven before I went to see Everything Ever. And the front porch was, like, super icy. And I was like, I made, like, a front porch step joke, and she's like, it's too soon, I still want to listen to him, and I feel so bad. She's like, I put my Spotify on private whenever I listen to him. And I'm like... Oh, that's really sad.
I love the people that need to become like a closet Front Porch Step fan. It's amazing.
She likes the music. She's like, I agree that what he did was really scummy, but I like the music, and sometimes it's really hard to like separate an artist from their work in that sense. But it's like,
yeah, well, like even John Lennon was like a total like he was a wife beater and shit. Like,
he was kind of
wait,
a
really?
dick.
Yeah?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know this shit. He beat Yoko?
yeah, and his son too.
What?
Wow, damn.
I've never heard of that. That's
There's
crazy.
like a lot of crap.
Yeah, look
about
it up.
him.
Oh my God, you're gonna actually, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, look it up, or remain ignorant and happy, but like and like still have.
Damn,
heroes.
just like that's like pre-shot. That's like
Yeah.
Dino just turned into a fucking machine gun. Like,
Mhm.
stay ignorant. You stupid sheep. Like, damn, nigga. Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
look it up.
no. I meant that in a good way.
Oh no, I got you. I'm just busting
Ignorance
balls
is
here.
bliss.
in case you guys were planning on buying Beatles tickets anytime soon.
Yeah, don't. Seriously.
That nigga deserved this shit. So, John, who you know like music?
Wait, say that again?
What,
Who's your problematic fave?
what bands do you like, but like don't like the people within it?
Honestly, nothing really comes to mind. It's hard because like if I like an artist and I find out they're a shitty person or they do something that's shitty, it's not even like I have to force myself to not like them. It just kind of like automatically happens. Like I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example.
No, but I see what you're saying.
A good example is kind of like the story so far. I mean, like I haven't listened to them in a very long time, and I used to listen to them when I first, heard of them back when their first record came out, and then when I really started listening to their lyrics, I just got really turned off by it, and ever since then, I just haven't really gone back to listening to them.
Yeah, they're very like friend zone core.
Yeah, it's just I'm not really into it. You know what I mean? Like the song specifically "Daughters" comes to mind, and I don't know. Once I really sat down and listened to the lyrics, that was it. It was like, oh, I don't really care anymore.
I pointed that to my friend. I was like, their lyrics are really misogynistic, and he's like, yeah, I'm starting to notice that, but it's really good music. And I'm like, that doesn't.
But it's really good though.
When I first heard that line, my jaw dropped. Not in a good way. I was like, their producer let them say something that immature and ignorant, like, and have it be that like the driving point of that song, like, oh.
Like it might as well be like, you slut. Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
exactly.
And like what sucks is there's so many young impressionable kids listening to that, and they're just totally all about it because they don't know anything.
Really, all of He-Man Woman Haters Club. Sorry, that was really like unprofessional, but like I just had
No,
to,
yeah, no.
right in there. I'm pretty sure a few other people know what I'm talking about. But yes, there are a lot of impressionable kids that will go listen to it and be like, oh, this is totally what I'm to expect from a relationship. Fuck you. Glenn, did I ask you?
I really can't think of any. Like, I generally, if someone does something shitty, I'm just like, all right, not gonna listen to it anymore. But most of the music I like not really anyone does shitty stuff that I know of.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That you know of. There's someone. Don't worry.
maybe.
That's the thing, is like it's hard to decipher these kinds of things and say like, oh, like this person's like the bad person, 'cause it's not whether or not they're a bad person. It's whether or not they
They're problematic. That's the best word.
It's whether or not they're the problematic phase, but it's whether or not they do it in public or not. You know what I mean? Like someone can be like a horrible band member, but there's so many band members out there that are terrible people, but you don't know that because they're not like tweeting racist things or like saying like shady speeches at the front of their set, like, you know.
Yeah. There's even a lot of bands that we know of that have really good social media presences as far as putting up, like their presence is good, which is, I guess, like a really important part. But then you meet them and they say and do all kinds of like really awful things that make people uncomfortable and stuff.
Also, just hearing stories, like everybody in the music industry kind of knows everybody, even people you wouldn't think. And like we'll go on tour and hang out with people and meet people and hear a lot of stories about bands that you wouldn't think are shitty people, and they're not on the surface or online. But then you hear stories about what happens behind the scenes, and it makes your head spin.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's super common.
Yeah, more common than you think. Like even I was really surprised hearing a lot of stories on our last tour. I'm not going to make any, name drop or give any examples, but just the idea that, being told all that stuff by people that I thought were good people, it was really surprising.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw, I'm not going to name the band, but I saw this band, and they're like this really, like, pretty decent sized hardcore band. And then my friend who is like a huge part of the hardcore scene here in Seattle, she wasn't there, and so I texted her. I was like, hey, like, I thought you were coming tonight. And then she told me about how the drummer started texting her and started like asking for nudes and stuff. He front porch stepped her. She's 16.
It's sad that that's like an adjective now.
Yeah.
He front porch stepped over the.
What's been happening?
Like it's convenient to say, but it sucks.
It does
It's
suck.
happening a lot earlier than the whole front porch step thing. Let's just be honest about it.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
I'm glad it's coming to light that band dudes can be skeezy sometimes, and girls shouldn't take shit for that.
That was what Is Anyone Up was for a while, wasn't it? Like it was
Pretty much.
There's a lot of band dude dick.
Like it was sad. Like I know one of my like friends, an IRL person that I know was like featured on there, and I was just like, yo, kid, you know you're on there? He was like, yeah, I know.
We have a friend.
I was like, dude, I saw your dick.
We have a friend that like wrote "Is Anyone Up" on his body and like streaked on the beach to get publicity for his band.
What the?
That's amazing.
Hashtag MySpace.
I'm gonna do that, but with bad ear, like all over my body.
It'll be our Facebook banner, our Twitter banner.
I'm gonna get Babetalk.tv on my forehead, like right here, just like right here.
And just like start doing crazy shit. I don't know why.
Oh, just now my dad walked in and handed me a copy of Rock Sound that has a review of our album in it.
Would you look at that?
We're on paper, Trotta.
I know. I tried to get that like a few weeks ago, and the March issue was supposed to be out, and it's not. And now I have to go and get it.
I feel like I need to play.
It's tough to get those in the U.S. because that's a UK magazine, so they're like ridiculously rare.
Wait, so you guys got reviewed by a UK magazine too?
Yeah, Rock Sound TV is it's based in the UK.
I know things, but that's very awesome. There you go.
Thank you.
Do you want to read it for us, the world, to hear?
Do you know? Do the honors.
Really? All right. Everything ever, solid ground. Really not good. Don't listen to it. No. All right. There's something.
0 out of 10.
There's something instantly recognizable about Everything Ever that makes. Wow, this is weird to read. All right, that makes Solid Ground a comfortable and familiar listen. The New Jersey Trio's debut album were also from New York.
That's half right.
Yeah.
Actually, 1/3 right.
1/3 right.
Debut album follows a slew of EPs and shifts through ballads, fast melodic punk rock, and everywhere between. There's the Swellers-inspired opener, This Destruction. I've never listened to the Swellers. Doing Nothing sounds like a more pop-punk, a Wilhelm scream. While Solid Ground doesn't settle on a specific sound, the 12 songs on here on show here genuinely have something for everyone and make for a truly interesting listen and a fun, full-on debut from one of punk rock's most exciting new bands. Yay.
Yeah.
Sweet shit. That's like a thing.
I should have read it in the goddamn British accent. Oh, damn it. I'll do the last line. No, I'll do the last line. A fun, full-on debut from one of punk rock's most exciting bands.
That's like BBC One radio right there. Spot fucking on.
Amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic. So with that, we're actually going to segue into our interview. Man, would you look at that? You got an album review and an interview on the same
Wow,
day.
look at that.
Look at you guys.
Sick publicity.
Big ass publicity day. So the way we're going to go is I'm going to go in order that I see on my screen, which is going to be Ashnick, Glenn Jose Ramirez, and then we're going to go Matt Wynn. We just ask you guys questions. Since we have both guests on 2 different cameras, we're gonna wing it.
Professional and unprofessional, guys.
Professionally unprofessional. If you guys have questions for a specific member, just shoot it out there. But if you guys want to go back and forth, then just
We usually know
Yeah,
how
do
to
that.
who takes what.
yeah. This is hey guys, how's it going? So before we jump into the interview questions, we'll start with Ashley. If you guys can give an overview as to who everything ever is, like the quick origin story, why you guys wanted to start doing this shit. You're missing member.
Okay. Well, yeah, we start. Trotta and I started playing together when we were in 7th grade when we went to Catholic school together, and
That's so punk of you.
yes, it was. We wore Converses, and
I had those little plastic wristbands from Hot Topic when I was like 12 years old.
I have both of those things in my room right now. I just want you to know.
I think I did. Yeah.
You like the badass that I was.
And so yeah, we've been playing together for years and years, and technically it's still the same band. But Zach, our drummer, he joined the band in 2011, and we changed our name to Everything Ever. And
That was in 2012.
yeah,
Late
and
2012.
I guess as far as why we started the band, we wanted to be Blink-182, and it was never like anything
I
in
still want to be
between.
Blink-182.
There was never really anything in between either. Like it was never like, oh yeah, I think we'll be a band sometimes when we have time or whatever. It was always like, no, this is our lives, like, and so that's basically what we want to do. We want it to be our lives. We want to make music and make friends and tour and stuff.
That's that shit. All right. So then we'll kick off the interview. Ashley, you want to go first?
All right. Well, first of all, I just want to reiterate, I did see your band play on Valentine's Day, for everyone who on the panel who didn't know that and see my ridiculous tweets about that. And they opened for Aaron West, and like Soupy came over and like started talking to you guys like at your merch table, and I was like, I'm so proud. I like took a picture of like Soupy talking to you. I was like kind of like freaking out. I'm like, yes, this is a thing that's happening. A whole like great stage chemistry. You know when like you see like a college band and they're just kind of like standing around like I don't really know what I'm doing, and it's like really awkward for everyone in the room. Like that was the opposite.
See,
So
it's better if you run around not knowing. Jump around.
basically.
But yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was a fun night.
That's the easiest question I've ever answered in my life. Thank you.
So basically, for someone who's not in a band and never really been in that scene, what's one thing you want everyone to know that goes on for a touring band like yourself? I know you had a tour with the Moms that was like pretty much a national tour that went like really all over. So what's something that someone who's never been in a touring band might not know that you want them to know?
Fake it till you make it. That's the only advice I'll ever give. Make it look like you're a big deal. No, I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, it doesn't work. um, do you have a real answer for that?
Um, for a band that's never really done any touring before and is kind of new to the scene, I would say start local.
Yeah,
Don't just
don't
go
ignore
out.
your regional markets.
Yeah, seriously, that's probably the best advice I could give because I see a lot of new bands. They're like, "Oh yeah, we have a single out. We're gonna have an EP out next month, and we're gonna do this whole U.S. national tour." Definitely do not do that because it will probably be the death of your band.
People
Um,
aren't even that good at geography. If you just list a bunch of dates, it doesn't matter if they're all within 2 to 10 miles of each other. People are just going to see a bunch of dates and be like, "Wow, they're going on tour," and then you're going on tour and saving a lot of money. That's our advice.
Also, like for bands who like every band has different goals. Every band wants different things. So I guess for a band that wants to take themselves seriously and actually, progress and get to a point where they could, do it for a living. Um, I mean, I guess what we initially started doing was, let's try and play as far as we can, as often as we can, and that was the exact wrong approach. The most important thing is to try and focus on getting a draw, even if you're not playing out too much. Like start local and keep playing until people start coming to see you, and then branch out from there. We kind of had like the backwards approach where it's like, all right, let's go on tour, let's try and play as many places and get, we'll play to new people and we'll meet people and this and that, and that's good to an extent, but not right away. You don't start off by doing that. We've kind of scaled that back a bit and tried to only tour when we know it's going to be efficient and when we know it's going to make sense instead of just hitting the road as often and as far as we can. And we've definitely been more successful with it, and we've seen some better results. We've had better shows. We've just been doing better by taking that approach instead.
It's been keeping your buzz up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what we're ultimately trying to do. We're just trying to get awareness of the record and, get people to want to come see us again. And the only way to really do that when you're first starting out and not getting a whole lot of publicity or a lot of exposure is to just, play locally. Don't oversaturate your market. Like, don't keep playing the same place all the time, but, don't ignore it. Just try and get a local draw first.
Setting a foundation.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
Glenn?
Yeah, what's your songwriting process like?
Really, the way it works is I kind of like write the lyrics and melody and stuff, like, and chords and stuff at the same time. Like everything, I don't like write lyrics and then write music under it, or write music and then write lyrics under it. It all kind of, if that happens, I usually throw it out because it just doesn't feel right. And a really like snooty thing that I say about my writing process that's like embarrassing to say, but it's really how I feel like it works, is that I feel like I don't so much write as I just wait for things to come into my mind. Like, I don't feel like I write. I feel like I accept things and then channel them, And so like it starts with me, and then I bring it to the band, and then it gets taken to a whole nother level. And often we fight, and like just we have brutal battles. Like we all three of us will disagree, or like two of us will be on one side, and then our producer will say another thing and offer us a cool opinion or something, or like but when it all comes together, it's really
It's everything ever.
my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing, yeah. It's everything ever.
Oh man, that's a band's name.
Yeah. That's why we chose that name, so we can use that.
Now, I feel like with a writing style like that, it's not forcing anything, or like it's not like strenuously like on a creative mind. Like when you feel something, like it just needs to come out. It's more like genuine, and it's just like
Yeah, but the thing is, it sucks because it comes in spurts and goes in spurts. Like I'll go 5-6 months without writing a thing, and then all of a sudden 3 songs will come to me overnight, and like it's just like it's tough to be out of control of it, and like sometimes you do try to sit and force yourself and stuff, but it doesn't really work for me.
Makes sense. So when you do get the creative storm coming out of you,
Mhm.
how do you approach that? And like like does it like just, like you just stop everything that you're doing, or like do you like keep
Uh,
like a
yeah, I mean, I'm usually either in the shower or on the train or on the ferry. Usually somewhere that's like not convenient. I never have my guitar on me, so I have a ton of voice memos. Like if I like, yeah, a lot of times, like I said, like basically everything comes to me as lyrics and melody at the same time, so I'll have to get the melody and lyrics down. So I'll just like I'll look like a crazy person on the train, like singing like this, like humming, and like a lot of times like I've seen people looking at me, but yeah, that's basically how I do it. Voice memos, and then if I have like extensive lyrics that I need to remember and I am on the train and I can't like sing it perfectly or audibly, then I write it in my little notes on my iPhone.
Hmm.
But previously, like all the songs on Solid Ground were written over years. So like some of those songs were written in
Nice.
notebooks. Some of those songs were written in class. Some of them were written in my dorm. Some of them were written on the ferry. So.
That's incredible. That's really cool.
Mhm.
I feel that. I feel that hard. I feel a little thing here. Matt, you got the question?
That was a good question. Thank you.
Matt, you're
Oh,
next.
okay. I was like, did you see my name? I wasn't sure. I'm not gonna answer it because I don't want to be embarrassed if it's not my name. So with that article written about you guys in that UK magazine, do you guys have like a UK like fan base now? Like, if so, like how'd you start growing that?
It's a good question. I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. I hope people read it and like, cool, I'm gonna check this band out. But I mean, we've never played over there. We've never really
We have
done it.
one like band friend,
Oh
Hindsight.
yeah, yeah, we're friends with the guys in Hindsight, and they actually just put out an EP, and it's really cool.
Yeah, that's a release that we are looking forward to, or currently.
Yes, name drop, plug, Hindsight, buy it.
They're really, really cool and great guys, and a great
Yeah.
band. Fun
Awesome.
to smoke with.
Yes, them smoking buddies. So my question comes from just the way that Solid Ground was put together, and just the band's popularity growing. Like how was the progression, seeing you guys like playing club shows to touring and like getting the whole album together? Like how was that progression for you guys?
It was very unconventional,
And
and
staggered back and
yeah,
forth.
a lot of weird ups and downs just because of how we are. Like we have really bad luck, and we also kind of learn a lot as we go and realize that we do a lot of things wrong, and then learn how to do it right, and then, you know, things like that. So it wasn't really like a solid progression like most bands. Um, it's also really weird because we wrote most of the record before we were technically everything ever, and then um, once we changed our name, we kind of like started from square one. Like we did have some fans carry over, like a good amount, but we were basically starting from scratch for the most part.
And we embraced that too. After it became clear that it wasn't gonna just be like, oh, okay, they changed their name and everything's normal. We were like, okay, we changed our name and we're gonna do something like way better and different, and that's what we did. And yeah, as far as like our growing audience and stuff, it's super surreal to even know that people paid anything to buy like that. We even have a record like with us, and our faces
Yeah.
are on the inside of it and stuff. And then like people bought that and pre-ordered it, and some people spent like more money than I had at the time that we were making a record to buy it. Like that blows my mind, and that's enough for me. Like I don't know, like it's crazy. But we're not really like by any means like well known yet at all, but it's just
It's a
like
feeling we've never had before.
Yeah.
So it's like really, it's really cool to see something we've wanted for a long time start to happen.
yeah.
Even in baby steps, it's still really cool to see it start to happen.
It's fun.
That's beautiful.
I'm so proud. I'm just like, yeah.
Hey, Ashley, you're a big part. You got us on the map with Property of Zach.
I try. I really love the video. I mean, I like the song Doing Nothing. Like I had that on my Babetalk playlist. I like synced it up so it would line up with my birthday because I was selfish like that. Sorry, Babetalk chat, love you. But I was like, I need this. And it was my 21st birthday playlist. So I'm like, here's 21 songs about turning 21. I definitely put Doing Nothing on there because me in college, like 80% of any given weekend is like me laying on my bed, like literally shit everywhere, just being like, I don't care about there's a lyric of a song. It's like I don't want to clean like the piles of clutter off my floor or something, and I'm like, that's me, even though like I hate having a messy room. I'm just like,
I'm so that line I always worry about. I'm like, is that too like specific? But I guess
no, I love that. Like everyone should check out the video because it works really, really well. I think I just like remembered it, and that's the thing. I'll go through 50 submissions in like a day or so if I have like really nothing to do or I'm in class and don't feel like doing any classwork. It's like just going through submissions and like that stuck out. So I'm glad I could help you. It was a mutual benefit for us.
Oh yeah.
Rad. All right. Okay. So like we were talking about before, you were talking about building the foundation and don't try and get too big. Don't get ahead of yourself, basically. So
Yeah.
yeah. So you're talking about like you had like a national tour like with the moms, which was like cool,
Yeah,
and I think
a bit hypocritical of us.
no. Well, I think that was a better point because you had like granted that's like right around when I found out about you, so I can't say I like knew you guys before then. But
So the tour
sorry, go ahead.
So then the tour was effective. That you didn't know about us.
When would you say like the turning point is that a band should go from, all right, we've kind of gotten this local foundation and we can draw locally and maybe like a state or two away. When's like the turning point to be like, okay, we should think about like seriously touring, like not just like a mini weekend tour or whatever, like an actual like legitimate tour. What do you think there's like a specific turning point or when are there signs to think about that kind of stuff? You know what I mean?
It's totally dependent on the band situation, like financially.
Also, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving that kind of advice because we were asked to go on the tour. It wasn't like we felt we were ready. If they hadn't have asked us, we probably wouldn't have done it.
We definitely wouldn't have. We were talking about doing like little regional runs, and then the moms who we looked up to, they asked us to come on tour with them, and we were like, what? Yeah, definitely. So
that was a great match of like sounds. Like I think you guys really went well together.
Our shows, I never got tired of our sets. Like it was always fun.
That's good.
I can say that about every band we've ever toured with, though. I love all the bands we've ever toured with.
It's very supportive of you, and I appreciate that.
Yeehaw and No Such Noise in particular.
Those are our best friends, and they all make amazing.
No Such Noise is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
They introduced me to weed, actually, too.
It's the best way to start that on tour. I mean, what the hell else are you gonna do for like next 6 hours?
Yeah, we were watching Anchorman. It was the first night of tour, and it happened.
And it happened.
The rest is history.
Jose Ramirez, you got a question for him?
You already touched upon like tips for young touring bands.
I like this stance he has going.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Everybody leave.
What do you guys do if you were up?
Get the thinking going. It's like
fans. Any tips on getting a fan?
Actually,
What's your
Getting
cost of
with
acquisition? Customer acquisition.
You
this
say
just came to
getting
me.
with fans or getting fans?
Both. You know, which kinds of bands, you know, stuff like that, or what works for you guys.
Wait, you say
Ah.
getting fans?
No,
I heard-
vans.
Oh, vans, like driving in a van?
Yes.
I heard
Getting
getting.
you place to
I heard
place.
getting with fans.
Oh no,
We already
that's a
talked
bad
about one
idea.
step, guys.
Let's not talk about that.
Alright,
Um,
so how do I get
actually-
with that?
Zach is not here, and he was the one who did the most work when it came to
Oh,
tracking
yeah.
down the van.
Yeah, it sucks. It's the worst.
It's miserable. We drove so many shitty vans that people tried to sell us bullshit, and it was just a lot of wasted time. And we got pretty lucky with the van that we have, and I guess that really is what it comes down to. You just got to be at the right place at the right time. Because
Shop hard.
What?
Shop hard and buy your own van. I think that's a piece of advice we should give to touring bands. Buy your own van.
It also depends on how serious you are. Like, you shouldn't buy your own van if you don't really plan on playing out a lot. I know a lot of bands
Yeah, but
travel very light locally,
is
and
so
then
cool.
what?
Yeah, but having a van is so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool paying insurance a lot. You know, it's fun. It's also fun maintaining it. But I can't really speak so much because Zach also maintains the van mostly.
We all pay for it, but
I once met this local band here in Seattle that had a short bus instead of a van.
I've seen those.
Bands do
I've seen
that.
those.
The band Dowsing has a short bus that they painted, and it's like their little home when they go on tour. They built beds in the back, and they just kind of like hang out in there and don't
That's
really
badass. That's
need
badass.
to buy. You know, they don't need to spend money on hotels that often, if at all.
I know I sounded flip when I said like it's cool to have a van, but honestly, the act of all the band members co-owning something that big and together, and being liable together is good for morale. Actually, it's often terrible for morale, but it's important. It's an important connection, like a family connection now, like a responsibility and stuff. That's why I would recommend it.
It's like a team building exercise for adults.
Yeah, and don't you dare take it for granted, please.
Absolutely.
We're in
That
this
makes
together.
Matt, you got a question for him?
I have two. I'm trying to choose which one to say, which one to ask.
Ooh.
Ask them both.
Okay.
Ask him both
At the same time.
John's like, bring it
At the same time. I was
Yeah,
going to do that.
like literally.
He just starts like speaking in tongues and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So in that article, the last line really resonated with me. You guys have the potential to be one of the like really big, like iconic punk bands. And so,
Wow.
I guess my
I hope
question
so.
is, I guess my question is, like say in 5 years you guys become as big as like the Wonder Years, Man Overboard, The Story So Far, like those like really well-known pop punk bands. Who would you want to tour with? Like if you had an unlimited budget, worldwide tour, anyone you wanted to go with, who would you tour with?
Anyone? Anyone.
Oh, this is a hard question for me because I like a lot of music. Dino, you go first.
Because I don't like a lot of music.
You don't. You hate most music.
Dino hates music. This should be quick.
Yeah, no. What comedians would I want? No.
Yes.
That's what it would come down to, honestly. That's what he listens to
It's
mostly.
like Dane Cook, Lil B,
No.
Riff Raff.
Carlos Mencia. No.
Yes.
No. I've always said that my ultimate goal in life is to be so big that I could ask these two bands to play a show, and never mind a tour, but a show. Just a show would make me so happy. I would ask these two bands to play, and we would be so big that they couldn't say no, and they wouldn't want to say no. They would want to do it. And the two bands would be Fun and Between the Buried and Me.
That'd be a cool tour.
That'd be an insane
I would totally buy tickets to that.
show.
That is
go to
just a
that.
perfect spectrum, right? Fun,
Yeah.
Everything Ever, Between the Buried and Me. There you go.
You guys could do your own festival.
Yeah.
We will.
All right, for me,
It's called Not Fest, and it's all so fun.
if I could tour with anybody, everyone I'm about to list is always going to be way bigger than as big as we can get. So we're always going to be the smallest band on this list. I would want to go with Blink-182, Billy Joel, and Black Sabbath.
Ooh.
That I can see that working though.
Yeah.
But if I could
I'd see that
with,
tour.
if I could tour with any band in their prime, like the band that I always say would probably be the most fun to like tour and party with, is the B-52s. They're literally a party rock band. Like,
Absolutely.
name another party rock band.
Andrew WK.
Yeah, that's it. He would be fun.
That's B-52
But
is
it gets a
Andrew
little
WK.
preachy. Andrew WK gets a little too preachy. B-52s is all party all the time. I would want to go on tour with them for sure.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, which scene do you guys are in, like with like local wise? Because I know it's New York and Jersey, but I'm not too familiar with your area of Jersey or of New York. Like, which one do you guys call your stomping ground? Well, not stomping ground.
Staten Island is our local market. Our we're a Staten Island band, but
New
we
Jersey too.
always mention. Oh yeah, we do play a ton in New Jersey, and we have roots in New Jersey, and obviously Zach is from New Jersey and takes a ton of pride in that. So but as we came up, we always consider because we always had Staten Island members until Zach, so we always thought of ourselves as a Staten Island band and centered our fan base around Staten Island. But like South Jersey especially is like where No Such Noise lives. It's like a home away from home if it's not home. And it is home technically.
Gotcha. Now, with you guys being from that area, how do you guys view the scene there? Like is it flourishing? Like, are you guys like slowly cultivating it to become better as it is? Or, are you guys like in a fucking like Black Flag church basement explosion of the scene?
It's so weird. It's
Really
because we're separated by bridges and stuff. We've always had a unique scene to the point where if we started talking about it, we would go on and on forever. But basically, just to give you a brief idea.
That's him giving me a nudge not to go on and on and on after this.
Basically, the last big trend in the Staten Island scene that we're aware of, that we are engaged in, was crust punk. That's what was in.
Oh man, in Staten Island.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what was in.
A lot of the unseen and the casualties.
Everybody drinking 40s at shows, and it was honestly fun. The bands are really good and stuff. But what relevance does that have to anything that's going on outside of Staten Island? And it died out too, after a while. But
so the crust punks came in and then came out as quickly as they.
Well, no, they'll still turn up and stuff. It just depends on how active the bands are. But yeah, we have a really unique scene. We love it. But it's not in any way connected to any other scene anywhere else where it would be even worth talking about, honestly. I think.
Well, it's fun to just peer into other scenes, because you guys have the pride. That's where you're from. That's where you want to, So it's always.
Yeah. It's weird though. The pride comes more from the living here than the scene, I think. And I don't think we're even offending anybody by saying that, because everybody that's in the scene understands that it's it comes and goes. There's good times and bad times, and what really we'll all always have is the fact that we're from this weird isolated place, Staten Island, that shapes the way you are, and we're the forgotten borough. I have Staten Island born and raised hoodie right here, and our brewery, flagship brewery, is their motto is unforgettable beer from the forgotten borough. That's our thing. So it's more of the identity of the actual borough than the scene itself, because the scene is just too weird to even put your finger on.
Yeah.
It goes up and down in spurts too. There'll be long periods where there's not really much of a scene. There's not enough shows consistently to say that there is a really healthy scene. They're just kind of the shows happen from time to time, but there's nothing very consistent.
And that's not a negative context. It's just it is.
Right. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it. Like we love it, but we also understand the downsides that it has too.
That's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts.
Come to Staten Island. Pay a lot of money to cross the bridge and come to Staten Island and check it out.
To be
That's
honest,
really what it is, though. That's what holds us back is that, it's hard to, when you want to bring in a good band, you have to give them a guarantee, and it's hard to, you have to factor in the bridges and all that to the guarantee and everything, and like, it's just tough to like when they could just stay in Brooklyn and play in Brooklyn, and all the Staten Island kids would go out there. Why would they?
But it's also because the few Staten Island kids that would go to shows would still come to the shows here, but there's not enough other people to fill it in to actually justify bringing bands here.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people who go to shows in Staten Island aren't really into music outside of the local scene here that is not like radio pop. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of people following music blogs or, following bands on the internet, going to local shows outside Staten Island. It's really just kind of limited to what goes on here and what they're pretty much given to on a big level, like, really, really popular music.
Yeah, and like they'll find out about they found out about all the bands that you guys found out about like a few months later. Like everybody got into the story so far after like their big album came out and stuff.
I feel like a lot of people. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just astounded by like how interesting and it works though.
Yeah, it works. It definitely does, and we're really looking forward to our release show on Staten Island and stuff. We love playing at home, and we also recently embraced the idea of playing at bars like that aren't necessarily all ages, because we realized that we are 23 years old, so we can do that, and most of the people that are coming out are around that age too. So our release show is going to be 18 plus. So if you're not 18, turn 18 by the time.
Manually do it. I saw you guys are heading out to the banana stand too. And
I'm excited for that show.
There's always money in the banana stand.
Yes. Yeah, the kid, I'm forgetting his name, but the kid that runs that venue, so chill and so cool. Millhouse, I played there twice, a long time ago. And he's always been like just like a cool buddy. So I'm trying to see if I can scrounge some pennies together to head out to the banana stand again. Be like, yo, and then y'all be like, yo.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I would say yo a few times for sure.
Like 3 yo's in there.
I'll send you the recipe for the Thin Mints that I made, so you can show up with like a box of cookies, and you'll be like, "I'm coming with gifts."
They were very, very good.
Yes.
Yeah, they were
I can pull an
so
Ashnick.
good. Oh my god.
I'm so proud of those. The credit goes to Trader Joe's for having, unbeknownst to me, for having vegan chocolate chips, because I told my mom, because like it's like a tradition. I do it for any POZ showcase band that I go to see. It's kind of like a goal of mine to see as many of them as I can. I like bring them something. So I brought red velvet cupcakes was the first one, and then we did scones, and then you guys were like, oh, like I knew you guys were so at least one person in your band was vegan, so you guys are 2/3 vegan, 1/3 vegetarian. Is it weird that like I know that?
100% American.
And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, like I need to think of a vegan recipe, and she's like, don't. Like you need to put eggs and butter and sugar into everything to make it taste good. I'm like, Mom, like you can't. Damn it, Mom. So we figured it out. And there's a recipe for vegan Thin Mints that's like the easiest thing in the world. So if you guys ever really want to impress somebody, I'll drop that knowledge on you in the chat.
Like it's not like it was like, oh, these kind of taste like Thin Mints. No, you made us Thin Mints. You had a Girl Scout uniform on when you had.
I was a brownie in second grade for about 2 weeks, so hopefully that credibility carried over all the way to 21. So.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, I had a question. Oh yeah. Cause we're talking
you're
about.
Gonna be handling our last question too, Ashton.
I'm finishing it off. We were talking about the like geographic, scenes and stuff. And because I know we have a few panelists who are from California. Like I know Lincoln's from California, and he talks about
I like Lincoln. Lincoln's a good dude. Sorry,
Lincoln,
I tried to say that.
No, please,
Give
like,
love.
fucking round of applause.
One hand clap here
Because you're holding tea.
Excuse me. Go on. Don't ignore me.
But sometimes when he wants to go to certain shows, he'll have to drive like 3 hours to the venue, and like it's still in California. It's not like he has to go other places. And like I've known kids like in upstate New York. My school is close enough to the Canadian border that kids from Canada would have to come over to the over the border to see some certain tours. They came over for Pop Punk's Not Dead tour, so I guess that was like a really valid reason to drive like 3.5, 4 hours. But
which one?
But did you find any sort of like a difference in, let's say, West Coast versus East Coast scenes? Just because the East Coast, especially in like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, it's so densely packed that it's not difficult for a band to hit 6, 7 cities within a week or so. So did you find any difference in the scene between West Coast and East Coast when you were playing?
I do know that the California shows we played were really fun, and people were really accepting of us. They were really just down to have a good time, and how do I say this? You take this one.
By letting me say it. Okay. The difference between the East Coast and West Coast, I think you were getting at it in your question actually, which is that there's way more dense markets on the East Coast, and on the West Coast you have to drive a little more. But when you do drive, it's usually worth it. I loved California, the whole West Coast, the everybody there. It's like almost disturbingly chill in some places.
That's like the next level of chill.
Yeah,
even like despite
we're digging deep into these levels of chill and casual on this podcast.
That's what we do. We're professionally unprofessional, and we're disturbingly chill.
Yes, exactly.
I believe we came up with another tagline: disturbingly chill.
There you go.
Disturbingly casual.
You can have it.
Absolutely.
Ooh, awesome! I was gonna say we should give him a royalty, like the guy asks for a Shark Tank all the time. But I guess I'll just pay you in vegan desserts, right?
In vegan desserts, yes, absolutely. That's gonna be how we're gonna do it from now on.
Punk rock Betty Crocker.
Punk rock. That's it. It's like tour mom, and now you're punk rock Betty.
But
That's
Betty
fantastic.
Punk Crocker is.
Well, I have like a food and like recipe lifestyle makeup blog thing. It's like a Tumblr. It's like just where I put recipes, and that's what it's called. That's why I said it.
So, all right. So, that kind of wraps up our interview. I am currently more prepared than I typically am. Whoa, look at me go. And I'm going to start the song. The one we decided to put out was... I have it. Big Ideas. Now, do you guys want to give a quick overview as to what Big Ideas are for a song showcase? I don't think I specified that.
This song, we recorded a music video for it, which will be coming out soon. And it's track 3 on Solid Ground. Is that enough, or do you want to know more about like the song and stuff, or I don't know the procedure?
I only specifically wanted to know what track number it was on the record, so I guess.
Okay. It's 74, as I said.
I mean, if y'all good, I'm good.
It's towards the beginning.
All right, so
But yeah,
so we're gonna listen to. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah,
there it is. Okay. Big Ideas, guys. We're gonna play it now. Oh boy.
I got things to say and goals to accomplish. Spent the winter break trying to be more right. I sit dumbfounded in front of a keyboard, anxiously hoping for some kind of reward. I'm overthinking and underproductive. The roar of a drunken night is so seductive. Reality of a drunken week sneaks up. My mistakes have repercussions, but they're never enough to teach me a lesson. I answer every question
Can we play it again?
Don't tempt me, I will. All right, so that was Big Ideas from the new EP, which will be dropping in, I want to say, March 10th. March 10th
Yes,
will be
full length.
the Everything Ever Solid Grounds LP that will be dropping. I muted everybody, and I have to unmute them now. Hey guys, you're unmuted. So yeah, that was a song. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fucking awesome to see the reception that's gonna get with everybody. The recent tour that you guys had gone on with Adam with
Moms.
Adam with Moms opening for Aaron Westlake. That's definitely just gonna be like the start of things to come for you guys, and I can't wait to see the fucking progression because it's gonna be big. It's gonna be awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like there would be money actually spent from our pocket on you guys. So. That's Babetalk. That's what we pretty much do. If you guys have any more last minute information that you guys didn't have out there, besides the record release shows you guys are going to be doing on the East Coast, right?
Trotta, do you
Wait, I'm sorry, it like broke up for a second.
any more information besides the release shows and stuff that we need to talk about? We're playing in New Brunswick tomorrow night.
Ooh.
Yes, we're playing in New Brunswick tomorrow at the Court Tavern. And besides the release shows, we're just working on setting up some weekends and some tours, soon to come after the album. So we'll keep everybody posted on that.
Awesome.
All right, and when will the vinyl actually be available for purchase? I know the pre-order is out now for the LP.
Well, orders already started shipping, so even though it's technically a pre-order, if you order it now, you'll probably ship right away. And you can buy it from our merch stand probably tomorrow, starting tomorrow. We'll see if we have them, but if not, then our first release show.
You're going to have them tomorrow?
I just got them in the mail today.
How many?
All the ones that we were given.
Oh, wow.
All the ones that we were given.
All right.
We are waiting for no more records. We have all of the ones that we will be receiving.
Okay.
Well, that's great. We can't wait to see what you guys have. If you guys have any information that you want Babetalk to get out, we will absolutely be an ally and friend to the venture of Everything Ever.
Thank you very much for that.
All right, wait.
Absolutely.
Any message? Fuck men's rights activists. Get that out there.
There you go. Fuck your macho bullshit.
I agree.
And that's how we're going to end tonight's episode.
That's how you end a fucking
the
big
best
talk
thing
right
ever.
there.
And Coney 2012.
Coney 2012. Just bringing back old meme relics right now. Like dropping knowledge, and we're dropping truths, and we're dropping memes.
That's
there
right.
We go, guys. All right, so from Ashnick, Glenn, Matt, and myself, John, Trotta, thank you so very much. Dino, thank you so very much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, guys.
It was
And
disturbingly chill, remember.
disturbingly chill. Babetalk, disturbingly chill. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night.